upper left corner, it will show us when it starts to record. All right, we're officially recording. All right, now back to Zern Math. One thing that I wanted to make you guys aware of before I get into my full-blown lesson, which you guys will need to stick around for, I'm just going to give you guys the logging in thing, is I found a Google extension called Write on Web. And the reason why I like Write on Web is because for Benchmark Advance, you have a good annotating tool to use inside Benchmark Advance. You can activate it right all over the reading that you're doing in Benchmark Advance. However, in Zern, there's not really anything for that. So in lieu of having like a whiteboard or an extra camera or a dock camera, that stuff, I took a look at Write on Web. Basically, it's an extension. I could show you guys how to get it sometime, but the gist of it is that when you click on it, or when you hover over it, it says if you can do it on the site or not. But when you click on it, it enables these bars over here, and then you can write on it. So if you were doing some sort of a math problem and you want to draw an array to explain what you were doing better, you can do that. And then when you're done, you can just simply hit erase. Goes away. And then if you click on it again, the bar goes away. So when you need it, it's there. When you don't need it, it is able to be closed. All right, so at this point, I'm going to do my Zern lesson. And so that's it. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Hello, class. Welcome to Zern. This is Mr. Franklin. We have done Zern throughout the years, so this should not be anything new to you, but nonetheless, we're going to go through it, whether it is or it isn't, just to get you guys sort of understanding what is going to be asked of you, how to go completely through a Zern lesson, how to sign in and all that. So I'm going to sign in with a student account that I created for my son Jackson. So here's his username, and then we type in his password, and then we hit sign in. It brings Jackson to exactly where you guys are, which is module or mission 3, lesson 1. So we're going to start, and then we're going to go right through the whole process of everything that you guys need to do. All right, and let's go. Okay, we hit start. It says form to form. It prompts us to click on something. Again, it shows us module 3, lesson 1, so we know we're in the right place. Form to form. It has the home page in case for some reason we needed to go back. We don't. So let's go ahead and start again. In number gym, form to form. Okay, it gives us a video. All right, guys, so here we go. We're up. Like he said, we do 1, 10, and 6 ones. There's our 1, 10. There's our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ones. We should be good to go. Let's hit enter and see what it says. Showing in green, so we are correct. Now it's up to next. A little bit up the ladder. Okay, 2 10s and 6 ones. 1, 2 10s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ones. Enter again. We're good to go. Move on to the next one. We're moving up the ladder a little bit closer to our goal. 3 10s and 1 1. 1, 2, 3 10s. 1 1. Correct again. We continue to move. Up next, 10 plus 4. The answer to 10 plus 4 is, we know, to be 14. So we have to show that as 1 10 and 1 2 3 4 ones. 20 plus 4, we can do it one of two ways. We can just go ahead and build it. We can go 20, which we know to be 1 2 10s, plus 4, we know to be 1 2 3 4 ones. We put them together, we have 24. Hit enter. Looking good. Moving up the ladder ever still. 24, like we just said, we break it down. There's a 2 in the tens place. There is a 4 in the ones place. So we have now shown the number 24 with 2 10s and 4 ones. Moving even closer. Up next, 28. 1 2 10s. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 ones. Should give us 28. Correct again. We continue to move. Looks to be the last one until our goal. 40, we have 4 in the tens column, 0 in the ones column. 1 2 3 4 in the tens, 0 in the ones. We are good to go. Zerned it. I loved it. Done. Okay, what we can, we've completed number gym. Now we have our wild card. Let's open it up, just see what it is. That sounded like a dad joke, so I loved it. I'm a dad. Done. All right, so we have now done number gym. We have now done our wild card. Let's move on to blast. We'll start that up. And go. 15 questions. Get ready. Blast off. First question, 2 times 2, we know to be 4. 3 times 2, 6. 4 times 2, 8. 5 times 2 is 10. If you're noticing a pattern so far, 1 times 2 is 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 10 divided by 2 is 5. 2 divided by 1 is 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 6 times 2 is 12. 7 times 2 is 14. 8 times 2. I'm going to do this one incorrectly just so you guys can see what would happen if it were done incorrectly. 15. 9 times 2 is 18. And 10 times 2 is 20. All done. Let's check our work. Correct. 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 5 in a row. Correct. 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 10 in a row. Correct. Correct. Incorrect. So we'll try it again. It'll give us an opportunity to correct it. We'll go with 16 this time. It is correct. Correct. And correct. Great job. 14 correct. Bonus round. 15 more questions. Get ready. Blast off. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 2 is 6. 4 times 2 is 8. 5 times 2 is 10. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 2 divided by 1 is 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. 10 times 2 is 20. 6 times 2 is 12. 7 times 2 is 14. 8 times 2 is 16. And 9 times 2 is 18. All done. Checking our work. All correct. Stellar. I like sprints, so I loved it. Done. So far, again, we're recapping. We've done number gym, we've done wild card, we've done blast. Now it's time for math chat, in and out. Looks like a 5-minute video. So the question is, what is the perimeter of the rectangle? The boundary of a shape or the space a shape takes up? Well, he traced the outside of it, so I'm going to go with the boundary of a shape. Correct. Next, what is the perimeter of this rectangle? Okay, so we know to figure out perimeter, like he said, it's the boundary, so we go with the number of squares all around. Okay, so we know it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's break this down. We have 4 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One, two, three, 4. Plus again 7. So my takeaway from this would be 4 plus 7 is 11. 4 plus 7 is 11. Together it's 22. So I would put 22. Whoops. So before we, there we go. 22. Got it. All right, up next. Which addition could help us? So what did I do? I did the length and the width, right? So the length was 7, the width was 4, the length on this side was 7, the width on this side was 4. So I think I did length plus width plus length plus width. Had I only done length plus width, that's 7 plus 4, which is only 11. I know I got 22, so I would, if this were like a test like Galileo or something, I would cross this one out. And I would choose this one. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. Good work. All right, let's move on to the next one. Complete the expression to find the perimeter. 2 times length plus 2 times width. All right, again, if we're looking at this from our standpoint, we thought our length, so 2 times the length, which we determined to be 7, is 14. 2 times the width, which we determined to be 4. That's 8. 14 plus 8 is 22, which is the answer that we got earlier. So that still kind of holds up. So let's answer the way they're asking us to answer. See where we stand. Okay. The length we said is 7. The width is 4. Great job. So what we had already done, if you multiply 2 times 7 plus 2 times 4, that would give us 14 here and 8 here, which should give us 22. Okay. Let's go ahead and erase that. You got it. All right, guys, and just real quick, I don't want to confuse you guys. I'm using something to write on this that is something that I downloaded to Chrome just to show you guys as an example. You guys would have to do this on paper. All right, let's go to next. So let's try it this way. 2 times the length plus the width. Okay, so we know the length to be 7, the width to be 4. All right, let's try it that way. We got it? So now if we do 2 times 7 plus 4, we know 7 plus 4 is 11. 2 times 11 equals, again, 22. All right, so let's erase, turn off our web writer. Great job again. Count the square units inside the rectangle. What is the area of the rectangle? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Okay, so let's go with 28. Nice. So, all right, this is what we talked about earlier. Let's put our web writer back on. Let's break these down. So the length times the width. We know the length is 7 units times the width is 4 units. Okay, that would be this one. So let's do this. Length times width would be 7 times 4. Length plus width would be 7 plus 4. This one is 28. And this one is 11. So just doing quick math, I would eliminate this one, cross it out, and I would go with this one. Okay, let's go ahead and erase and choose length times width. So we've already done some of this, but we'll still pick it up. So area equals length, which we know to be 7, times width, which we know to be 4. Enter. We got it. 7 times 4, we know to be 28. All right, it says choose one of the formulas for perimeter and write it in the notes. 2 times L plus W. L plus W plus L plus W, 2L plus 2W. Choose one of the formulas for perimeter, write it in your notes. Oh, notes. So notes are up there. Oh, okay. This would be if we had it printed out. Okay. Okay, so still in our notes, and the notes will be available if you guys click on here. You can print them out, you can see them. So what they're asking us to do is use one of these to solve it. So I'm going to do it just by writing on the web. So for me, I would choose length plus width plus length plus width. So let's do for the first one. So our length is 9. Our length is 9 plus our width is 3 plus 9 plus 3. That'd be how I would write that one. This one right here. All right, let's go ahead and erase. Close our web writer. Move on. Okay, they went with the first formula, which is 2 times length plus width, which is 9 plus 3. All right, so just following up, let's go ahead and solve what they did, and then we can solve what I did as well. So if we bring up our web writer again, they went 2 times 9 plus 3, or 2 times 12 equals 24. That's the problem that they chose to work with. Okay, so let's go ahead and erase and go. We were good based on what we did. Okay, so we wrote length times width. Okay, so we're going to do again right on web. The length is 9 and the width is 3. Okay, we'll go ahead and erase. The checking of the work would be 9 times 3. They are probably asking us to now do the answer. The answer is 27. All right, we'll go ahead and erase and move forward. Okay, we've already done that. We're good to go. Let's move on. Okay, so for me, what I would do first is I know what sides are equal. Okay, so let's get our web writer out. I would know that if this side was 5 units, then that would mean this side was 5 units. Okay, so if these 2 units, and we know perimeter to be length plus width plus length plus width. Okay, so already I got 2 widths, right? 5 and 5. My answer is 26. I don't have this length. I don't have this length. But I know if these two equal 10, basically I'm trying to figure out 10 plus what equals 26. Okay? So 10 plus 16 equals 26. But then I need to split it in half because there's 2 equal units of length, right? So if I do that, it's 8 and 8 because they're equal, plus 5 plus 5 equals 26. So X units would be 8 because they're just asking for one side. Should be this side here. All right. So let's erase all this and see if we're correct. Great job. We're correct. Okay, so looking at this, we have to figure out, how do we figure out area? And they told us earlier that area equals length times width. Okay, so we already know 2 things. We know what our area is, which is 50. We know what our length is, which is 10. And we're trying to figure out our width. Okay, so what do we have to multiply by 10 to get 50? Well, it's 5. 5 times 10 is 50. So that would mean that our width would have to be 5 to make the area of 50. Okay, so let's erase, turn off our web writer, and put a 5 in there. Great job. All right, loved it. It's earned. Now it's time for the Tower of Power. So far we have completed Number Gym, Wild Card, Blast, Math Chat, and now we're moving on to the Tower of Power. The more you use your brain, the stronger it grows. Okay. Determine the perimeter and area of this triangle. All right, so let's work through this. We know perimeter equals 2 times length plus width. And we know area equals length times width. Let me make that an L. All right, so what do we have here? All right, so our length is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And our width is 1, 2. All right, so let's just plug the numbers in and see what we get. If we put a length of 7 plus a width of 2, and then we move this down, 2 times 7 plus 2 equals the perimeter. 2 times 9 equals 18. Okay, so there's our perimeter. Now let's figure out the area. The area is length times width. So the length is 7. The width is 2. 7 times 2 is 14. So it looks like our perimeter should be 18, and our area should be 14. Okay, let's see if we're correct. So we'll erase it all, turn off our web writer, and we said for perimeter we had 18, and for area we had 14. Great job, correct on both. Keep climbing, let's go. Perimeter and area of a square. All right, so let's work through this again. Let's start with perimeter. We know that each side has to be equal, so let's put our web writer on. So if this is 9, it means the other side, which is equal, has to also be 9. If this is 4, it means the other side has to also be 4. Okay, so then for perimeter, we could do length plus width plus length plus width. Okay, so let's do that. 9 plus 4 plus 9 plus 4 equals perimeter. 9 plus 4 is 13. 9 plus 4 is 13. 13 plus 13 is 26. Okay, so that should be our perimeter area. We know to be length times width. Okay, so our length is 9, our width is 4. 9 times 4 equals A, which is area, equals 36. Okay, so let's erase all this. We know our answers to be 26 and 36. So let's put them in place. (26), 36. We got it. All right, we're getting there. Keep climbing. Next. All right, stepping up the numbers here. 118 meters, 77 meters, and then so we got to figure out the perimeter. Okay, so we know if this is 77, the other side has to also be 77. We know this is 118. The other side also has to be 118. So let's start doing some math. All right, so 77. So basically, we know perimeter to be, let's put it up one more time. Perimeter equals length plus width plus length plus width. Okay, so perimeter equals length, which is 118 plus 77 plus 118 plus 77. Okay, so let's start working with these numbers. Let's do the low ones together first. So 77 plus 77, bring it over here. 77 plus 77, 14, 154. It's one of our numbers. And then we'll do 118 plus 118, 16, 3, 236. Okay, so we now have 154 plus 236 equals the perimeter. Let's continue over here on our scratch sheet. 236 plus 154, 10. 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus 5 is 9. 2 plus 1 is 3. So according to our math, our perimeter should be 390 meters. All right, so we did a lot of work there. Let's go ahead and erase it. (390 meters). Nice. Zerned. I loved it. Done. We have now moved on to lesson 2. I was going to go ahead and take you guys all the way through lesson 1. So our lesson ends here. If you have any questions, I can be reached at my email address, which is john.franklin@phxschools.org. You guys can hit me up at Dojo, or your parents can. You guys can hit me up on Remind. Track me down. You can certainly hit me up in the comments of the Google Classroom. If you have any questions on anything else, let me know. That was the lesson for Mission 3, Lesson 1. All right, we're going to go ahead and stop sharing. I will talk to you guys soon. That does it for now, and see you later. All right, guys, one more thing I wanted to show you. So we're finishing up our lesson here. Obviously, I didn't keep you present for the whole lesson, but this is now the process of stopping recording and where everything kind of goes from there. All right, so let's stop recording. Stop recording this meeting. This recording will be saved in John Franklin's Google Drive.